Hello YouTube and welcome back to Cardshop Simulator. I almost said Card Collection Simulator. Boy, my brain is not wanting to work today. But that's okay. Last time we opened some cards, we did alright. We had a pretty good number there. So we're back at it again. Yep, 6,300 as per usual. Okay, good. And, yeah. We'll get started with the idle blabber while we open some packs. So, yeah. First off, how was everybody's weekend? I've got a few things to talk about, but let's get that out of the way first. How was everybody's weekend? In my chat, because I'm currently live. My weekend was really good, actually, Michelle. Thanks for asking. Did you do anything special on the weekend? Alright. Sorry, I need to do this real quick to make sure that my stream doesn't close on my other monitor. There we go. Alright. My weekend, a lot of it was just playing Core Keeper, trying to catch up. I still haven't really technically caught up, because, well, we got really lucky on our save file. On Core Keeper, on the co-op one, the stream one, so it's taking a lot of effort to keep myself caught up. However, I do believe that I'm pretty close. I'm within striking distance of it. The second thing that happened over the weekend is I played a little bit more Stardew Valley, 116, our first hit of the stream. That's nice. A little bit of Stardew, a little bit of Splitgate. My friend checked out the beta for Impulse, which is the Splitgate devs' newest game they're working on. Said it was okay, he didn't like some of the mechanics, but the movement felt good, from what I remember him talking about. Apparently it was only like an hour playtest, so he really didn't sink his teeth too deep into it. But Next Fest is coming up, I think it's July 10th, so there's going to be a lot. Oh, actually, let's see, hold on. Let me check something super quick. Next Fest is... This is actually important, because this coincides with something else I want to talk about, actually. Well, Next Fest is soon. It's in July sometime. We'll just say that. Next Fest is in July. And they're going to have a demo for it. I probably will not be playing that demo. Solely because I have no interest in that game. I joined for Splitgate, and if they move from Splitgate, then I move on from them. It's as simple as that. I've already lost one Splitgate game. I'm not going to lose both. And still support them. I think that's a fairly reasonable take to have. So I'll probably, but with Next Fest coming up in July, I will probably be playing quite a few more demos. I'll be on the hunt for demos that catch my eye or interest me. So look forward to that, for sure. The next thing I want to talk about is actually news that I received over the weekend, not just the week. Like, I've been playing Core Keeper throughout the entire week, and Stardew, like I said. And that is Vampire Survivors got an update, a free update. And they're coming out with new DLC for it. I have no intention of streaming it. I think I've had my fun with streaming Vampire Survivors. I feel like I've had my fun of streaming Bollocks Pit. They feel very similar in the vein of once you get what you need and know what to get, runs become easy. So maybe on hard mode it would be different, but unless they add new stages, I'm not interested. But, Vampire Survivors has new characters, new, weapons, a new stage, and a few other little new things, which is really cool. I'm happy that they didn't just move on from Vampire Survivors now that Vampire Crawlers, their roguelike card game deck builder, is out. So I'm really glad they're still actively updating it with new content. And I use actively very loosely because it's usually a pretty long time in between updates and stuff like that. Maybe once the new patch comes out, there'll be a bunch of smaller bug fixes and balancing and all that. But I'm talking like content-wise, it takes quite a while because they have multiple games going, and that's very, very understandable. 367. That's a nice card. Ooh, God Pack. 405. 322. 320. 319. 389. 257. A nice 2K God Pack right there. $2,383 off of that God Pack. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna play it. Like, normally I would have jumped on the update as soon as it came out. But I do like Bollocks Pit a little bit more than Vampire Survivors. So I'm more likely to reinstall Bollocks Pit to play any new updates than I am immediately to jump on Vampire Survivors. I have a lot of games going on as is. The second and biggest topic of today's stream, for me personally, is that over the weekend at Games Fest, Pal World released their 1.0 trailer. And they also dropped a release date, and that is July 10th. I am super excited for this. I have been waiting. But here's the thing. What really caught me off guard is I didn't expect it until winter to be released. I'm going to be honest. With how, I won't say slow the patches were, but how long in between hearing anything about anything it was, I figured we would be getting like small sneak peeks here and there, scattered throughout summer, fall, and then into winter, 320. But apparently not. They're like, yeah, we're releasing it July 10th. And I was so excited when that trailer popped up. Because I'm like, oh, okay, cool. They're just showing off. You know, they're like, hey, it's still coming, don't worry. You know, maybe like it was gonna say winter or fall 2026. So we would have a more definite timeline. But I was not expecting an actual release date. So it will drop on a Friday, and that will be a game that I immediately start playing on Friday. I don't know. I'm going to definitely sink my teeth into it for a stream on Friday. Don't know if I'm gonna go extra long or not. I'll have to clear some things up, do some things, talk to people, see what's going on, you know. If I'm busy, I'm busy. If I'm not, I'm not. But I do want to do a stream of it at least. And then I'm kind of, for the first week that it's out, pretty much I'm going to sideline most of every other game. So, Suikoden and more than likely, Mina the Hollower will be put on the back burner temporarily for the first week. So I can focus on Power World because I'm super excited about it. But we'll see if we haven't beaten any of those games before it comes out. There's also a chance that Core Keeper might be postponed because my friend might want to also play it on his own time. So, don't know, we'll have to talk about that. Probably not gonna do co-op. I want this to be a solo experience. Then maybe in the future get into some co-op stuff. Maybe like do some raids and stuff. But I want to experience 1.0 myself, my own way, playing the way I play, before I dive into co-op. And then the second thing I wanted to really dive into is the trailer. A lot of people are making a lot of assumptions, and I feel like there's a big concern with the trailer for me that it's blown people's expectations out of the water. And that's not necessarily a good thing, because now they're expecting stuff that I doubt we're getting. For example, in the trailer, it showed this spider creature, I forget names, I'm not good with the newer pals that they added. Because I don't really use them. So, 164. Like, grabbing someone mid-air and pulling them, and they're like, oh, instead of it being a rideable mount, like before, they're going to use it as kind of like a zipline thing, where it will pull you towards them when you use that ability. I'm like, I don't think that's what it is. I think that was solely for the cinematics. I mean, you're fighting a giant dragon in the sky with multiple pals at the same time. I doubt you can do that in Power World. And the throwing of the ball, probably all for cinematics as well. I would not be surprised if ball throwing is not back in the game. Like aiming where you throw your pals to spawn them. I would not be the least bit surprised if that's still not in the game. Some of the new pals they did show off are super duper really cool. They have like a Shenron's, well, not really a Shenron, but like a giant sky dragon, like a wyvern from Terraria. That kind of style of long, flowy, really cool, ancient-looking dragon in the trailer. They also had a pal that was really unique because it was a sword that you literally could, or a fish that literally turned into a sword. And I'm not talking like a swordfish, like the fish itself was the sheath for the sword, and the bones of the fish were the sword. It was actually really cool. I don't know if that is going to be an actual thing in the game, but it would be funny if it was. Not to mention the World Tree, having a sneak look at the World Tree, because you could see the World Tree and something behind the World Tree. It's like a mysterious figure looming over the World Tree. So probably the main plot of this story is going to revolve around that creature. I've never really been too big into the lore aspect of Palworld, but I just enjoyed playing it for the farming, well, not the farming, the creature catching, the finding new things and new abilities and all that stuff. So I've been really looking forward to it. There's apparently since a majority of the trailer was basically in the sky, people are presuming there are going to be sky islands. Now, I don't know for sure, but I think that would be really sick if there were. I think that it would be really cool if they did have sky islands. And I'm hoping they do. I'm also hoping for a more randomized world. It's not just the same map. That would be cool. These are just my wishes for the game going forward. A little bit more building options when it comes to pieces for the house would be cool. And I do really hope they update the bench, the surgery table, to have way more abilities. I'm not saying they need luck or lucky or anything in it, because that would be just too broken. But if they did, I wouldn't complain. I have a whole, like, idea of what my playthrough is going to be. Like, for example, I'm not going to be breeding for specific pals, but I think I am just so excited, and I cannot stop, like, thinking about all the cool stuff that could be in Palworld 1.0. And it's really exciting. There were 2 to 3 games I was really super looking forward to this year. One of them was Slay the Spire 2. The second one was Nina the Hollower. And the third one is Palworld. I am not gonna lie. So far, Mina is my game of the year. Of the games I've played that came out this year. I don't think I've gotten a single card in quite a while. I got a god pack that was like $60 and whatnot per card, but I don't think I've got a big hit in quite a while. Hey Mom, welcome back. You missed literally nothing. Me just going on and on and on and on about Pal World. And my excitement for it. So, that's kind of been my weekend, just like looking at the Games Fest went on, and I really didn't see anything that caught my eye too much, to be honest with you. Except for that Pal World trailer. Other than that, I don't think Vampire Survivors or any of them did a showcase for that. They could have, and I could have missed it. I found out about the trailer because a random YouTube video popped up. So it probably was, and I just didn't see it. I kind of just skimmed it for the most part. Kind of tearing through these boxes. So far, pretty underwhelming in terms of cards. But yeah. I think that's pretty much it for my weekend. And for my week. Because Core Keeper took up a majority of the time. Though I will say I am really happy about my progress in that game, both on stream and off stream. Off stream, we needed something for our world. These coral seeds for coral wood. And Zentharos 405. Jumped onto my server, my solo server, saw my base and all that, and then we went seed hunting together. Took about 10-20 minutes. We both got coral seeds for our respective bases, and yeah. more than likely, next time, just me and Phoenix are very close to finishing Stardew. At least I'm close to being done with Stardew, because we're at the point where all that's left is 100% it, and I'm like, no thank you, I've already done that before. But, we just started unlocking the Q stuff. We got the walnuts and all that. So, I'm gonna have a little bit more time. We'll probably... I'm debating whether or not to do, Starbound on stream. Or just keep it to off stream. Because I don't know. I feel like it's a much slower game than Terraria. In terms of, like, how you progress. Got a message on my phone. Okay, it was just the notification. I used my phone 1 more minute than last week, guys. I'm popular. We are at 3,384. I'm hoping that I just missed a bunch of cards, because that's really not good. I don't think I did, though. I said I got a God Pack, but it was like 60 and 70s. But yeah. So I'm kind of debating whether or not, because it would also allow me and Phoenix to play it more frequently, rather than having to have... Yeah, I know, I was talking about while you were away, Michelle. Because we're tearing through these boxes and we are not getting much at all so far. It's been highly disappointing so far. What now, phone? Did I use my phone another minute? More nonsense. But anyways, back to what I was... Yeah, I know. But it feels like we're going through them really quickly, and not getting much out of them. 445. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. You're exactly right. We have 6 boxes left. I did do some stuff off stream in Mina the Hollower. I'm getting sidetracked. Back to what I was saying. I'm still kind of a toss-up. Do I want more time to play Starbound off-stream with Phoenix and just like add another game to my list that I'm playing on-stream, or double up on a game? Or do I want to leave things the way they are? That's kind of what I've been very back and forth about. Because it's not like... I don't mind not streaming games while I play with Phoenix, because that gives us way more flexibility. Like, for example, we can play Monday through Friday, even Saturday and Sunday if I'm available. We can just pop on for a couple hours and not have to worry about the day that it's on. But I'm not even sure I'm gonna 100% it. It depends on what 100%ing it means. Like how crazy or difficult it will be. But yeah. So there's that too. Also did a little bit more on Mina the Hollower after I streamed it. Found some stuff by complete accident, but I did record it. Got a new jump record, but that literally didn't do anything for me. $281. Well, I guess I got, like, points for it. Or bones. So. Ooh, 1,298. Really, really good card there. We should be closing in on that 6K mark. I'd say about 5,300 maybe. What are we at with those cards? I said 5,300, it was 5,408. I was actually pretty close. That was a really solid guess. On break, I'll probably look at the next fest thing again. Just take a quick peek before I leave the computer to grab a drink and stuff like that before the during break. Just so I have a understanding. Chat. There we go. Double checking to make sure everything was okay. It does that sometimes. was a couple of demos that I wanted to check out last Next Fest that I never did. I just got distracted. Too busy playing other games. Let's see. Alright. $375. Not bad. I'm fairly confident we'll break even at least for this set. One thing I really like about God Packs in this game is the fact that they give you both quality and quantity. So like when you get a $200 card, you're getting multiple hundreds or other $200 cards within that same pack. So even if you get a huge number, it's not like you're making or just getting one card, you're getting multiple. And yeah, I'm kind of jumping around topics just a little bit. That's what I do here. At least just today, because I have a lot on my mind and a lot of random thoughts. So usually I just yammer on. Checking my OBS, making sure it's still working. I guess the last real topic I have is that there's been this, like, recent drama. Oh, just a second, chat. Alright. What was I saying? Oh yeah, there's been a recent drama about a Lego set. I saw something about this, but then I kind of was like, well, it's a big story and there's clearly a lot going on with it. It was like a 2-hour video and I'm like, I would rather not. But apparently this guy, I don't know much about it, like, he put his Legos set up for sale in a store. Like, the store kind of, I don't know how to put it. It's not like a pawn shop, but basically he gave a store his Lego set to sell, and he had a contract with them and everything. It was like the world's biggest Star Wars, I think it was, Lego set. And basically the entire store was filled with his inventory. And then the person who was managing all of that got fired, and they tried to basically say, hey, your Legos are ours now. Even though we didn't pay you what we said we would, you're not getting a percentage of the sale, or we're taking all of the sales. It's ours now. And so this guy, like, got really upset, and it's a whole big thing where there was corruption in the police department. Apparently a judge was corrupt. It's a crazy story that there's so much to it that I have no idea. Like, I'm just giving you the cliff notes of the first, like, 30 minutes of what I saw in the video. But the long and short of it, the incredibly simplified version is a franchise ruined its entire reputation because they didn't want to give a man $300,000 of Legos that were never theirs to begin with, or something along those lines. And I'm just like, that's absolutely crazy. But I've seen Moist Critical talking about it. I've never, like, watched any of this stuff, but it's nuts. The world out there is nuts. Four boxes left. We're still not even. Oh, there we go. We are officially past even, but unfortunately I was made aware that a situation has occurred in which the usual person who counts the cards is no longer available. They're busy with something. So we're going to stop counting at $7,743. So we broke even. Unless they come back and tell me explicitly that they want to keep counting. But real life happens, so. You sure? You said you were pretty busy with something, so. We are up to 7,743. I'll put the number in chat for you. Just in case I was talking too fast. That's the number. Just in time. No, not a problem. Like I said, real life happens. 244. I'll add that as well, just in case. That's perfectly fine. All I said is that you're busy today, and that's the truth. Real life happens. Can't be helped. 1,421. good. Let's see. My count was slightly off, I guess. Maybe I inputted numbers wrong. So, give me a second here. I am just going to input your number because you are more than likely correct, and I wasn't that far off anyways. And I can begin counting from there, in case you have to leave again. Oh yeah. I hope you all have been enjoying your day so far. It's actually pretty hot over here. It's no surprise it is summer. Ooh, 383. I do believe you were right. I was like at like 3,080 or something like that. So I wasn't far off. Maybe I put a 2 instead of a 1 or something like that in mine, but that's about it. So I just went with yours because you're most likely accurate. Did you add the latest card that I just got? Okay, good. I'm slowing down on the boxes just a little bit because I am also adding it, like I said, so I can keep up in case something happens. So it's I'm slowed down just a little bit more than usual. Just to double check, what is our current profits? I just want to make sure that we're on the same page. Yep, we are exactly right. Okay, good. Then I'm not the one, I'm not messing up then with my calculations. That's good. It's always nice to see. I can count honest. 1, 2, 5, 8. $2,508. Did I not just say 258 as a joke? That is actually really funny if I did. Ugh. Let's see. I'm at the very back of the box there. Yep. 5,999. I think we're gonna get down to 2 boxes before break. Depending on the hits. Yeah, it turned out to be a pretty good set. I would say it was okay at the very beginning. Was meh until about the middle, and then it picked up in the middle. And I would say the final 3 boxes would be considered the end, towards the end. So we'll see how that works. We'll see, how much we get on these last 3 boxes to determine whether or not the end of the boxes were good or if it was just the middle. $145. Alright, we are taking our first break of this stream. When we come back, more packs. Potentially more random yapping about nonsense. And hopefully more big hits. Thanks so much for sticking around. I'll be back shortly. Alright, we're back. So during the break, I got myself a drink, and I looked at the Next Fest thing. It appears Next Fest will be on the 15th. So 5 days after Power World comes out. Gotta say, I might be playing the demos off stream. We'll see. We'll see how that all shakes out. I also made sure to save before I took a break, too. The very first thing I did was look up the Next Fest thing and the Power World thing to make sure I had the right dates. And then I saved and took my break. A lot of shiny cards, but no hits. So far, the back end of the set of 10 has been not too good. But it's only been 1 out of the 3 boxes, so. And overall, we did pretty good. I'd say so far the strongest has been the middle of the box. The middle of the packs, I mean. I mean, we're only like 136, I think. 100? No. 100. I'm trying to get the exact number off the top of my head, and my head ain't working. My brain ain't working. 100 and... Oh, 379, so never mind. Doesn't matter. 379. Is this going to be... No. We have now made... Yep, next set is free. Oh yeah. We're doing well on profits so far. Probably after stream, I'm gonna be jumping on to Stardew with Phoenix. Oh, apparently, this is something I also found out very recently. Stardew Valley is actually having another update. Another big update. There is no, like, set time for the release of said update. There's only just, like, Q&A, interview, brief mentions of something that possibly could be in the works. I don't think it's gonna be hold on, sorry, I got something. Well, the hair on my eyeglasses right in my way, blocking my vision. Very annoying. But I don't think it's gonna be as big as Ginger Island, but it's still cool they're coming out with another update. However, I'm still wondering where the heck that other game that they're supposed to be making, the Haunted Chocolatier, is. That's been more radio silent than freaking Mina the Hollower was. $108. So I'm very curious as to where that game is. There's a lot, it's not even like on Steam. There's no page for the Haunted Chocolatier. So I wonder where it is. I learned about this like a couple of weeks ago, or I think a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't really say anything because there was nothing concrete. But since I'm talking about like playing Stardew again, I might as well mention that there might be something coming for it. I'd probably not play Stardew on stream again. I have a one-off video of it on stream, or on my YouTube page, but that was like at the very, very end of the journey. 322. Where I pretty much had done everything I wanted to do in that game. I had no goals left to accomplish, besides maybe min-maxing my farm. Let's go what? Oh, new update? Because I'm adding it as well. Remember? I told you I was. Every time I get a card, I have to add it to the calculator. I've been doing it because you've been busy today. There's no telling if you'll be, if something will happen, or come up, I mean. Or you suddenly need to go, away from computer again today. So I'm just being cautious. 352. 270. 356. 227. Or 277, I mean. Wow. 407. 277. 379. For a Ghost Rare God Pack total of 2,321. Let's go. That's a nice God Pack. Did you get all that, or did I move too quick? We are at $9,274, if my calculations are correct. So my calculations were correct as well? Nice. Yeah, the 27 instead of 77, that was my screw up. My brain saw the 2 sevens and said 27. So I'm just like, on that one. That's probably what messed you up. Oh, my apologies. We're almost at 10,000. Let's go. Can we reach 10K? That would be nice. Going back to Stardew Valley, it was funny. Me and Phoenix had literally just opened the queues request board, and it was like middle of the season. I was trying to kind of like oh yeah, I'll save it. But we were kind of like slowly making our way in towards the good stuff. Like, we had just opened the board, and the very first quest was the Q's Fruit quest. And I was like, oh god, we are actually not set up for this at the moment. But we did it anyways, and it was so funny because I was like, you know, I was actually kind of hoping low-key that this quest wasn't here this first week, or this first season, because we were kind of in the midst of reorganizing our farm and setting up on our second, on Ginger Island. Like, we were fully getting that set up ready to go. And we were like, okay, we have to tear this all down and rebuild it as we're doing the fruit quest. Or the Q's Beans quest, I should say. Normally we have like 28 days. We were on day 17, I think it was. We had like 17 days left, if that. 176. I'll save after this handful of cards. 176. But yeah, it was really funny. Okay, oh, cool, perfect. Save. There we go. I'm still waiting for that 12k God pack. But, anyways, as I was saying, we got it done 154. 470. Wow, that was weird. I was expecting it to be a God pack, and that totally threw me that it wasn't. I lost track, so it's all on you now again. I wanted to see how long I could keep track before fucking it up. Turns out not that long. We just passed $10,000. $10,074. But yeah, it was a mad scramble. We got it done within 3 or 4 days before the deadline. And I was just like, whew. Because we had one of us working on the farm setup and kind of doing all the farming related stuff. And one of us was always working hard at like mining and getting all the seeds we could. Or the beans that we could for the quest. And yeah, we pulled it off, but it was kind of like a funny mad dash that was like something I had hoped we had kind of set up better for, but we nailed it, so it was definitely interesting though. It made it a lot easier having 2 people, for sure. 322. There's only like 1 or 2 more quests of Q's that I want to show Phoenix and do with Phoenix. And I guess I will try to platinum the game. Like, I'm only 2 achievements away from doing so. So maybe Journey, I might try to beat the Journey minigame, Journey of the Prairie King, with Phoenix, but I doubt we're gonna do it hitless. so I'll settle for 99% and let that 1% haunt me for the rest of my life. Second set. $4,000 profit to start. That's really good. I'm just moving all these boxes closer. There. Perfect. Yep. $4,096 of profit. That's a good start. Very, very good. Going into the second set. If we don't break even, I'm going to be highly upset. That box got launched. Sorry. Didn't mean to yawn. Just grabbing a drink real quick. $222. Now that you've written that down, it would have been funny if it would have been $222.22 instead of 26 cents. Wanted to give you a second to write that down so I didn't screw you up with saying that. $405. What? I am locked in. Or are you talking to yourself? Because I didn't make a mistake. Apparently my mic cut out or... I see. 405 for this card. Don't know if you had it or not. 135. $4,712. Wow. Second set is swinging hard. Oh, it's a God pack. 4,952. $6,963. 7,048. 5,197. 6,720. 7,377. For a God pack total of 42,000. Holy shit. $42,971. That is a big boy. I will after this handful of cards. Saved. Saved again. And one more time for good luck. Now I'm sure we're saved. I think that's our highest God pack on stream. And pretty close to our highest amount of double pack, two sets of 10 as well. I think we're like at 50 or something like that for 2 packs or 2 sets of 10. 55. Yep. So we're almost there. We're almost breaking records here. I don't think it's quite 12K. Well, maybe. Hold on. 47 plus 12. Yeah, not quite. I would say, maybe like 8 or 9K away, to be more precise. I was right. That's fine. Let's pretend it's 12K and hit the goal. Cause I'm greedy and I want all the money in the game. I want that my max or my level to be 100 and I want my money to be maxed out by the time I reach it. I wonder what happens if you max out your money. Oh wait, do I have any upgrades to buy from the store? I don't think so, but oh, yeah, cool. I'm gonna expand my shop. Once. Do I have any more expansions over here? No, I do not. Okay. Probably not going to open it for another stream or so. Because even though it's a lot of money, let's see real quick here. Yeah, it's the buttons I want. I have tons of cards, but not only that, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19, and then I'm in the 400s. And then into the 300s immediately after. And you know how fast those cards sell. So. So 19 isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. 104. It's just a small nook. It's no different than any of the other expansions. It's not really much at all. I can show it off real quick. I think I got like this little part right here open. That's it. And add more tables, I guess, but nothing really special. Sorry, readjusting myself. I'm stretching a little bit. Well, I do believe we moved through the first set of boxes very quickly. 273. I feel like these boxes are a bit slower in terms of getting through them. Then again, maybe not. Because we're only an hour and 40 some odd minutes into stream, and we're already pretty much almost halfway through the second set, I do believe. It's gonna leave me with like 30 or 40 minutes left of stream if I continue at this rate. That's only if, though. $113. You know what I might do, depending on how much time we have left? I might show off my world on Core Keeper after we're done opening boxes, depending on how much time we have left. If we don't have that much, then I won't bother. Yeah, that'd be a cool stream-only thing. Because I actually really like the way my base is designed in Core Keeper on my solo playthrough. $169. Ooh, 320. $100. here's where we get to the part of the stream where it just gets quiet and chill and vibes. Every now and then I'll say something, but you know. Ain't much left to talk about. Talked about everything I wanted to. Oh, well, I guess I can briefly mention this. I didn't have any grinding to do in Suikoden 2, actually. I thought I did, but I didn't. I looked at the shop, and I'm like, I could grind for level 4 weapons or whatever, but I don't really need them at the moment, because my party is looking pretty good. But, in terms of like armor and gear and stuff, they were all pretty much maxed, so I did grind a tiny bit. I don't think any characters got any levels off of it though. Maybe like 1 at the most. And then I found my next objective and stopped before I progressed. Just in case, so I know where to go next time. 104. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 boxes left. And we're making our way through this one. We should have around 6 boxes by the time I go on break, if I can get through this box quick enough. Which I think I can. I'm not gonna speed run it, I'm just gonna say, like, we got 1 massive pull at the beginning and then very little else. Don't get me wrong, I'm super happy so far with what we've got. But we ain't pulling much else. That's fine. Look at what we got, so... 362. $331. 48,906 apparently. Or that was the last update at least. Okay, we just got an update. 49,703. We're closing in on 50. We're almost there. Even 49K of profit is absolutely insane. Will be the last box before we are down to 6 boxes. Well, 6 boxes of the stream. So far, I think we've done pretty damn good. Let's start on our... Countdown has begun. Will we reach our goal of 55 plus? Man, I remember when this shop used to be so tiny. Look at how far we've come. I remember all I used to be able to afford was opening packs at the end of opening shop and using the leftovers to purchase packs. Being like, okay, I need to restock and use these the remaining restock cards as the chances of getting more money. I also remember back when we could only... Yeah, we used to think $50 cards were really good. We're getting up there in level too. Alright, what are we at? What's the final total? Is it, $49,703? Yep, alright, cool. That is absolutely insane. $154. We're less than $150 away from reaching 100. Oh, there we go. 169. Insert obvious joke here, but we have reached over 50,000. We are $50,026. We're less than 5K away from reaching our destination. One good god pack or one really solid pull, and we're there pretty much. We'll save the last 5 for when we come back from our last break of the stream. Thank you so much for watching. When we come back, we have our last 5 boxes. Will we reach the 55,000 mark? I don't know. But I sure hope we do. Thanks for sticking around, and I will be back in just a little bit. See you then. Alrighty then. We are back for the final 5 boxes. And hopefully for the passing 55k. I am still counting, so normally I would say, hey, you know, we'll call it a day from counting, but we're so close right now that I want to finish counting. Just to see if we break the record. If we were only at like 13 or 12k, I would have been like, yeah, we'll just call it here. Say we did really well and move on, but no, we're really super close. So, I mean, 5k isn't super close, but it's close enough. One good card is all it'll take. Or one really good card, I mean. $198. Double checking to make sure. Last thing I would want to do is mess that up. $322. Whenever I hear that noise, I get excited for half a second. Then it turns out it's a 50 card and I get a little sad. Kidding. I don't get sad, I'm just like, aw. Disappointed, more like. I'm like, oh, big card. Never mind. Alrighty. Say another 2 or 3 streams before we level up. $296. Let's go. We're only 200 away from 51,000. Actually, we're less than 200 away. 158 away, to be exact. Getting some good experience now. Feels like the final boxes always take way longer than every other box, despite how fast I'm going through them. I don't know why that is either. So we have one more before we're on to our last 3 boxes. 259. We have reached 51,000. We are at 51,101. Man, this is getting close. 296. There's at least one more pack in there. more boxes. Get the one that's by the door first. Thinks it can escape by hiding. Come on, just give me the 4K already. You know you want to. $242. We're less than 400 away from 51,000 or 52,000, I mean. I almost said it, but since I'm the one keeping track, I could have said it and it wouldn't have mattered. 113. $242. We are $6 away from 52K. Yep. I knew there was some more packs in there. Because it'll tell you that your hands are already full. Sorry, had to handle something real quick. Alright. Last 2 boxes. We've got 2 boxes to make $3,006. Flip it upside, right side up. There we go. Regardless, it's gonna be close. That's all I can say for sure. And it looks like I'm getting pretty close to leveling up, too. Not exactly close, but pretty close. Maybe instead of 3 or 4 streams, it'll take 1. Keep doing that. If I was a speedrunner, this would be Reset Central. Speaking of which, I think Games Done Quick is also in July. Which is kind of crazy. A lot of stuff is happening in July. We got Next Fest, we got Games Done Quick, and we also have Pow World 1.0. There it is. We did it, folks. $5,081. We have officially reached our $55,000 record. Let's go! Only 2,025 away from 60K. Can we reach it? That's our next goal. If we don't reach it, that's fine, but it would still be really cool. Last few boxes are like, nah. We're gonna end pretty strong, which I'm really happy about. We are officially on our last box after this pack of cards. Or this handful of packs, I mean. $145. Last box. What are we gonna get? Will we make it? Doubtful. But not impossible. Doubtful because of all the good shit we've been getting today. Not because I don't believe that the cards would do it for us. I feel like, luck-wise, if we get it, it would be insane. At this point. 104. Still trying. Looking dicey. Got maybe one or two more handfuls after this. 112. Still giving us hits, so the hope is alive. About right. About 30 minutes. Oh, actually there's quite a few more handfuls than I thought. Felt like the pack was going much faster than that, but it wasn't. I wonder, would you guys be opposed to me actually putting the records on stream? I think that would be a bit much, but... Got one more handful of cards and then that's it. that's it, I do believe. Yep, that is it. Our total new record is 57,436. Wow. That is a nice day's worth of cards. Alright. I'm going to end the YouTube video here, but we are going to be switching games. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell to be notified when I post my next YouTube video. If you like what you saw, don't forget to, and want to see more, come on over to twitch.tv/OneDamnGamer, Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. EST. That's where I'll be. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.